More and more people are voting for Trump. Let's take a listen. I'm going to go on TikTok for this video today. So we're going to be looking at a number of videos where people are just literally sharing their perspective, their views, why they're supporting Trump. It's good to hear it from the people, not just the mainstream media network that are consistently trying to gaslight us and confuse us. So let's go back to the people where this is happening. Take a listen to this lady.
I think you stand with Trump.
I'm not stupid.
I could tell the minute I saw you, your eyes lit up when you saw the Trump flags. As I told her, you know why you stand with Trump? Because beautiful people stand with Trump.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Huh?
How's your drink? That drink looks
It's
beautiful.
really good.
Really
It's
good?
a mocktail.
Mocktail looks delicious.
From one of the vendors.
So what was your answer? Why do you stand with Trump?
I stand with Trump because he's basically representing us, and everything that they're doing to him is what they can do to us. Yeah. And the system is broken, and you know, he's fighting for us, you know. So I like his policies. I like how he says it like it is, and you know, and Biden gotta go. We stick him.
And what would you say to a black person that says that you're not black because you're voting for Trump?
Well, then I guess I identify as a white man. I don't know. I don't care what anybody has to say. I'm a mother. I care about the future of my child, and I care about policies over, you know, rhetoric.
Well said.
Hey, do you know how many times Joe Biden's fallen down on national TV?
I lost count.
Take a guess.
I would say just to be, you know, you said, yeah, just to be conservative. I would say maybe about 10 times.
Ding, 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 ding. You want a free keychain?
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you for your words.
Trump 2024.
Beautiful girl. Great remarks indeed. And again, I love people like this. She's thinking with her brain. She's not thinking with her emotion. The policies is what matters here. Knowing that what Trump is fighting for, that's what makes a world of a difference. Anyway, let's move on to another one. Listen to this guy.
Why is it that so many on the left think that just because I'm a black man and I wear this hat and I support Donald Trump and I'm down with the MAGA movement, that I must be paid? Why is it impossible to think that maybe I support his policies? Maybe I've been down with him since 2016 because he was talking about freedom and allowing me to run my own life and not have the government overlords reach too far into my household and tell me what I can and can't do, which is antithetical to freedom and the American dream.
Okay.
Just because I'm black, I'm not supposed to see that? Like, what are you saying, people on the left? Are you saying that blacks are drone mindless monolith that don't think?
Sounds racist.
Sounds racist to me.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the stigma that the black man has to always vote Democrat is a racist connotation itself. So the man can change his perspective. He can be convinced. He can take a different position about things. He should not be labeled because of that. And I think the more they place the stigma on black people, just because they want to vote differently, they want to vote for MAGA, I think the more people are going to just leave the dams alone. That's the way that they're going to escape. It's like, you guys are showing your true colors by labeling us because of political differences. That is a problem. In this video, the minister here is going to put a nice spin on it. Is it wrong to support Trump because there are certain things in his behavior that are not good? How do you make sense of that? And I want you to notice what he just said.
Can I say that God wants to use Trump when I don't agree with his lifestyle or maybe his character? Because you're saying God wants to use the righteous when the righteous are in place. Is he truly righteous? And a lot of people are like, I don't want to vote for Biden, but I don't know if I want to vote for Trump either. How do people deal with that dichotomy?
Well, I would not stand up here and try to make a strong case for Trump's salvation. That's not my heart. But I will say this, you know, I was with a group of 40 worship leaders that were invited into the Oval Office. And we were invited in to pray, to worship, to lay our hands on the president, on the Resolute desk, pray that God's presence would invade that place and his glory would be felt. I've never heard of a president in U.S. history that would do something so crazy. So I do believe God is using him. He's used Samson. He's used David. He's used a lot of imperfect men that were impulsive, you know, and had quite a lot of faults. And so if God can use them, why, you know, who are we in our own self-righteousness to think God has to align up to our standards? No, the better question is for us to go, God, who is your hand on?
And that is a difficult one for a lot of people to process, especially in the Christian community. We think like in order for a man to be used by God, he has to be perfect and righteous and holy and pious and sinless. That's not always the case. When you look at the Bible, even the pagans were also used by God. Even like King Cyrus, King Darius, their names were mentioned in the Old Testament, in the book of Isaiah chapter 45. Like these men were already proclaimed that they were going to do a work for the Lord. that were fulfilled in the time of Daniel. It's almost like, what is these guys were pagan. The Lord says, is my anointed. It's kind of like, so when you look at what the Lord can do, what he chooses to do to bring about change in society, sometimes he uses the pagans to, even Elijah was sent to ordain one of the pagan kings to be a lightning rod against Israel. Like, what? That's crazy. But that's the way God works. And again, listen, man, the perspective is changing. People may not like it, but that's just what it is. Here's one more.
Trump.
I say Trump.
Are you with Trump?
Yes.
Why is that?
Lied to me. What's going on, everyone? It's Quentin Jordan, Vice President of the Black Conservative Federation. And today we're out doing what we do best, and that's being in the communities, meeting people where they're at. And today we want to ask people a few important questions about the upcoming election. Let's do it.
Who do you think is better for the country, Trump or Biden?
Trump. Trump is better for the country. Biden ain't doing shit. We gonna get rid of his sleepy ass. Fuck him.
Trump or Biden?
Oh, my Lord.
Why do you say that?
He's a businessman. He's gonna think biz. And Biden is a racist.
Trump did it all.
Trump 2024.
Who do you think has done more for the black community, Trump or Biden?
I ain't even see Biden yet. I know Trump was out here. He was out here, oh bro. He was out here. He slid for us, oh God.
That's why he built the highest wall. Mike was coming over here and everything. And, you know, we've been here for all this time and can't get a free hamburger. And they come here and get all this shit, you know what I'm saying? So
good point.
That's why I say, yeah, Biden, he ain't doing shit, he ain't shit. So, but Trump, I would feel that will be the better person to get in.
Biden,
it's obvious.
Everything fucked up. Bad.
Put money in it. That's what.
Who do you think is better for the country, Trump or Biden?
I say Trump.
Who do you think has done more for the black community, Trump or Biden?
Trump.
No wars. Great policies. Best years in the stock market.
Yeah. Sorry about the language, by the way, but this perspective is true. This is exactly how many people feeling about Trump and also about Biden. This is the general perspective now. I mean, I don't know how people are going to handle this. For example, this girl here, she's going to have a hard time understanding what's happening. And I want to react to her video. She's kind of realizing, wait a minute, all these black people are voting for Trump. All over the internet, it's happening. It's like, I feel surrounded, she says. And I started laughing so hard. I'm like, girl, you better wake up.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting to see a dangerous increase in black Trump supporters. And
dangerous increase.
I thought these were outliers, but
no.
The way every time I turn around and there's another black influenceable black person who is in support of Donald Trump, it's like I'm surrounded. It's like, I'm like, what is going on? Now, I think what happened was that I was into that Fonnie Willis stuff. That's Fonnie Willis stuff that was going on. And I wanted to see how that played out. Now, there is a black content creator who was explaining all of that, but I didn't want to wait for, her name is I'm Not a Lawyer. I didn't want to wait for her every day because she was covering other stuff, the YSL trial and all that. So I would look up lives while I was at work, and a lot of these people, and I wanted to support black creators. So I would look for black people who are covering this, and so many of them are Trump supporters. There are black Trump supporters everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. And I'm like, wait.
She said black Trump supporters are everywhere.
So many of them are Trump supporters. There are black Trump supporters everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. And I'm like, wait, we were all here 4 years ago. We were all here when the insurrection happened. We were all here when we saw that man incite violence and these white people took it upon themselves to storm the Capitol. We were all here.
That's the brain of MSNBC and CNN, by the way. She hasn't really looked into the stuff and figure out the rest of the documents and the video that's been released and how much of the narrative has changed. So she's still operating under this old notion of what happened then and what she was told. She hasn't heard the rest of the story.
Here, when that happened, do you think that he's going to let it go this time? Do you think he's going to be told that he can't be reelected after this presidency? Do you think he is not going to incite violence again?
He could have done it. He had 4 years in the office when he had an opportunity to do that. So the fact he didn't do it is facts for you that he will not do it again. So this is a fear mongering perspective. It's kind of like they're afraid of what Trump is going to do. Biden has done worse. He's done worse, and he has the ability I mean, how many wars and how much hot-take taxpayers are going to like unelected bureaucrats and stuff that's going on with the climate change movement and so on. But Biden is choking the economy, and you're worrying about Trump. He's like, yo, Trump is the least of your worry right now.
All here through that whole 4 years. How do we get to a point as black people that we're going to be in support of a violent man who is trying his best to be a fucking dictator? How have you lost your mind that hard? How have you done it?
No, they didn't lose their minds. They actually begin to look into the facts, and they begin to realize that what we were told, majority of them were lies. This is why they changed their perspective.
How have you lost your mind to the point that you're a black Donald Trump supporter? I know they're out there, but it's so many now. So many people are trying to justify themselves as being black Trump supporters. It is insane to me.
Yeah.
We were all here. We all saw, we all witnessed him being a president. It's not a good look at all. There's nothing is worth it. A stimulus, nothing is worth it. Nothing is worth this violent man who can't take criticism. No, we can't do it again.
Her blood pressure is gonna go up to the roof. She keeps talking like this. But again, nevertheless, we are surrounded. Yeah, that's what's going on. And these numbers keep increasing, by the way. They're not going away. Even the young people are supporting Trump.
I think it's just a matter of time before more of these kids become Trumpers.
Donald Trump didn't win the majority of young people in Iowa, but they are here at his rally in New Hampshire to see him.
He doesn't lie to us. He's not a polished politician, which I think is a benefit because he's not going to try and hide and lie.
I think what he's done with the country while he was in office was fantastic. Everything seemed to be running smoother. Prices for everything were much cheaper and affordable for everybody. So that kind of kept me with him.
His positions on the economy, his positions on foreign policy, on trade, he is very pro-American. He's pro-me, pro the aspirations that I have for the future. I am definitely for Trump. I have been to Haley events. I tried to go to a Ron event. Forgive me, I couldn't put up with it. It was too boring.
A huge theme beyond policy or even Donald Trump himself, the sense of community that people feel from being a part of the MAGA movement and coming to rallies like this one.
Most Trump supporters in the MAGA movement, they're really nice guys. They're very smart people. Like this guy over here, I just meet him in line randomly, and he's talking about some like proper intelligent stuff. And it's amazing when you talk to these people in line.
I've been talking with a ton of people in line today. Everyone's having a great time. So that's definitely a big thing.
Decent human beings, by the way. They're not some white supremacists. Oh, run for the hills. That's just nonsense. That's just nonsense.
Can I ask you a quick question? Yeah. So you are obviously a person of color like we are.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to not be Trump supporters. So what is it about Trump
You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. I was talking to my husband about it earlier. And when I really started educating myself and informing myself on Donald Trump, one thing that I'm passionate about is human trafficking, that especially of children. And when I really started digging into it, I saw that Trump also is a huge supporter. He donated recently $35 million to support human traffic survivors. That really struck a chord with my heart. And so when I started really looking into him, I'm about action, I'm not about words, okay?
Yes,
I like the fact that he says what's on his mind. I like the fact that he doesn't say what he thinks people want to hear from him. And to me, I know everything that he's done for the black communities, and I stand behind him.
Beautiful.
100%. I'm not only a Trump supporter, I am a Trump lover. And for the longest time, I've been afraid to come out and say that.
Well, here we go.
Because I didn't want to lose my blackness or my black friends or whatever. But
remember what Joe Biden said, if you vote for Trump, you ain't black.
So if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
What an idiot.
Can I ask you a quick
Anyway, friends, this is the perspective on the street at this moment. They can't believe black people are supporting Trump. Young people are supporting Trump. I mean, they're waking up to the reality that there has been a drastic change. There's been a drastic change in my perception as well concerning Trump. So I think this is good, man, because people want to see America change and transform in a positive way. I don't think there's anything negatively wrong with that. I think people who have an issue with this, you're just showing your true color. If you just stop watching the media for a minute, listen, just stop watching the media, the mainstream media, MSNBC, ABC, CBN, and all these people. Leave them alone for a minute, right? And look at facts for what they are. Don't let the brainwash, propaganda machine, the gaslighting people, take a minute to think for yourself about what is happening with Mr. Trump. We examine the facts for what they are. You should have a new perception. Simple as that. Anyway, a lot more could be said about that. Share your thought and perspective with me. I want to hear from you. Until next time, have a good one. Like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell icon for more. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.